Youth homelessness exists, and it is very real in Cincinnati. We know that there are 1,700 youth in Cincinnati-Hamilton County who experience homelessness every year. There are 100 kids on any given night who are without a safe place to stay. And 1 out of every 79 youth will experience homelessness throughout the year. If it weren't for Lighthouse and the Runaway and Homeless Youth Division, we know those numbers would be doubled. The biggest misconception about youth homelessness is that it's a choice. And we know that it's not a choice. Youth that become homeless are being thrown out of their homes. They are living in unsafe or precarious housing situations. They have mental health or substance abuse issues that create instability.
Lighthouse Youth Services Street Outreach Team, we are unharmed. Anybody down there?
I like helping people. I like making an impact. I go out in the community and I try to find homeless youth. I mean, you can't never know by just looking at someone, so it's really a conversation piece. For example, I may walk up to someone and say, hey, my name is Antoine, I'm from Lighthouse. Do you know anyone that's 18 to 24 that is homeless? And you're trying to get them to understand that there is somebody out there that cares. You try to get their basic needs met. So while on the street, we may supply them with water, with food, with hygiene. You're trying to build up that trust, so hopefully they trust you enough to where they actually come into the resource center.
I want you to come up and see me so we can talk a little bit more.
Anyone that's homeless, age 18 to 20, up to their 25th birthday, can come into our facility and just get their basic needs met, basically. They can take showers, they can wash their clothes, they can get on a computer and look for jobs and housing, they can use the telephone, they can see a nurse, partake in self-sufficiency classes to help them with their independent living skills, and then hopefully you help they progress into that case management piece. So some of the things we do is kind of tackle some of the barriers that they face. Some of our youth have been in foster care. Once they reach 18, they age out of the system. A lot of them find themselves homeless on the street.
When I was 6, my dad had passed away, and from that point I bounced around house to house with different family members. And the last family member that I had ended up with had pushed me into foster care at age 15. And from 15, I was in foster care to age 19, and that's when I had emancipated. I wasn't able to maintain the bills and maintain rent and maintain a job so that I could be successful. And then I had remembered that, I had my services through the Lighthouse through foster care. So then I thought to stop at Lighthouse Shakely for Youth Center, and that's where I met Mr. Antoine.
The goal of the Lighthouse Shakely Center for Youth is not just emergency shelter. It's truly to help youth find long-term, more stable, permanent housing.
The case managers make a case plan for you so that you can hit your goals. If it's 1 week looking for a job, the next week make a resume, the next week something different, just something that's gonna keep you on the right path and keep you successful and keep your head level and do what you need to do. They also, provided me with a place to stay in the meantime while I found housing, food, resources as far as transportation to get to doctor's appointments and interviews. They have groups where they teach us, living skills and life skills and how to maintain an apartment, how to clean, how to cook.
Youth are chronically homeless from being aged out of the system. Sometimes I think my ideal of homelessness before I became the Lighthouse was a little bit false, but now being in the field, working with people directly, it's a little bit deeper than what you just kind of see somebody holding a sign.
I believe the difference that Lighthouse made was basically time. A lot of young people need time to maintain what they need to do in order to be successful in life. Without them, I don't know where I would be. I'd probably still be homeless, out on the streets, no place to go. Right now, I have a job that I'm maintaining. They have gave me an opportunity to get my own apartment, but they have really helped me a lot, and I'm so grateful for their services.